Hello, everyone. It's Tyler, and I want to talk to you about Sofi. And as it says here, it was downgraded up today, and I'll give you an explanation why that is here briefly. But first of all, we're going to go right here, and we're going to put this up here, and we're going to start right now getting into this and what happened today and why, and what I think will happen tomorrow and the next day, perhaps. So, first of all, I'm going to show you some things that I think are kind of interesting. Number one, we had a downgrade today, which we haven't seen in over a week, and I was glad to see it because we you got to do it when you see this thing breaking 52-week highs, right? Got to do something, got to throw something at it, make it fall. But look down here, everything on this chart, short term, midterm, long term up, bullish ascending continuation triangle. That's what I guess you call that, this ascending attenuation triangle here on the 6 month chart. This would be the ascending triangle. And the triangle is getting bigger and bigger. Look at the angle of these 45 and 50-day pitch lines now here. And look at this angle on the 200-day prior to now and what we're seeing right now. You see this? Breaking off of it. And look at the distance between here and here. This is when Kathy Wood comes in. She sees this going on. Look at this 10-day moving average. See that? You don't look at the daily stuff that they do every day. The downgrades help us. What do you mean they help us? Well, here's the last downgrade here. Look down May 15th, folks. Here's a downgrade. This was from a Wedbush, David Chiavrini. Price earlier was 545, 560. All of a sudden, a downgrade thing drops all the way down here to $4.60, 445. See that right there? Look at the volume they used to do it too. This downgrade today, how much volume did they have to use to go against it? That's why it didn't fall 20% this time. They didn't have the gumption. They just didn't have the heart, did they? Right? They've lost a little pop in their pop guns, I think. I'm showing you this because I think it's important, folks, and I hope you hit the like button for me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to provide some good entertainment and facts. Stick at the charts. Look at this June 13th downgrade. This is from Morgan Stanley, whose value on their account I showed you when I discovered this downgrade came on from Morgan Stanley, and they owned $58 million worth of the stock at the time of the downgrade. I pointed that out to you folks, right? I shared that with you. I discovered they had 58 million. Guess how much the holdings they have now are, all right? I'm going to show you now. Look over here. Morgan Stanley, 67 million, folks. All right? Okay? You're getting it. Follow the money, folks. Follow the money here, okay? And part of this is because after they downgraded it and it went to 877, I don't know, maybe they got some more. I don't know. But I do know this. I think that's pretty interesting. And I want to show you something, folks. Did anybody catch up on this one I told you about a week and a half ago? Up 40% today. RBT. Congratulations. Ring it twice for you. Oh my gosh. The volume has jumped up. It's crazy volume. And I told you to buy this stock because of this. This here, held by insiders, 63%. Held by institutions, 82%. Add that up, and it's 100. What is it? 145% of what? Right? And it went up 40%. Who would have ever figured that out? Right? Who could have guessed that that would happen? Here's another company that was brought up by one of my catfish folks watching me on the live channel, and he said, buy this, and made a good move today. Yep. Look at the 5-day on it. Looks very, very solid. Forming a nice little platform, cup and handle there. Watch it. Watch it close. This is another one I told you about. Open. Up a nice rise again today. Right? Look at this one here. 1 month chart. Open. OPEN, folks. Get you some. Get it in the morning at 10:30. Okay? Hope that helps you. And we're going to go back over here. Got to show a few things more that I thought were interesting about today. You see what they got it down to for the low here? 1031. 1031. Did I get that? Let's refresh the screen. I thought it was 1030. See. Nope, 1031. 1031. Well, that's not very good for them, folks. It's not good because guess what? They said it said on that thing 1031. Here it says 1036, doesn't it? What? 1031. Okay, well they still lost. It still went up. And despite, you know how hard they were trying to get this down below this number, but the support was there. The support at 1030 was there as much as it's been at 944 on the bottom side at 944. Nobody would let it go below 944. They couldn't get it below 944. They just tried and tried. They tried so hard day after day after day. Look at this. Look at the low over here. They got it down here a couple of times below there. But folks, after that, when they started making this move up over, they were trying to push it down and it just would not drop below 944. That was the bottom then, and now this is the bottom now, right? 1030. I'll take that for the new bottom. Won't you? Yeah. Yes, indeed. So I'm just going to show you a few things here, but I think you'll find this all very interesting when I bring to your attention. And so what I was showing you back what happened here on the last downgrade. Look at that, July 13th. That was the Morgan Stanley. And by the way, look what the price was at, 1013. Just to, you know what I'm saying, right? So they took the price from a high at the day before 939, knocked it down $1.20, right? And what else did I tell you, folks, in my live? If you go over to don't just watch these videos that I do, go to my live ones during the daytime, because there's certain things I bring out there that I don't show here in these little brief evenings and these kind of like snapshots of the day, right? So, but what I'm showing you this for is because it's very significant that they couldn't get a lower low today. Sorry. Sure, they got a lower high, but what was I saying about the price swings? I told you they're going to swing. It was swinging from 20 cents back here and then 40 cents and 60. Now, when are we going to go into the dollars? I told you they'd be coming in the daytime, a daily swings of $1. And what did we see today? What was the high low? See? Right? There's the high. There's the low. We're getting close to $1 there. And they had it down $1 at one point today. I saw it. I think I got to turn that thing off. It's killing my voice even worse. I'm going to turn the fan off. Can't I break into a sweat. Can't have that blowing on me. Man, that's probably what I'm having trouble breathing for. So, because it just feels like it's drying me out. It could be. I guess so. Well, boy, how quiet it is now, huh? Anyway, let's just go on over here. Look at a couple other things. The things that I thought were interesting here about Sofi is I already told you about the ownership by how much it's increased. They're making killer money off Sofi, that Morgan Stanley company. It's good money. Good thing they're doing it there because they reported 14% losses year over year this last quarter. Morgan Stanley did. So good thing they picked up some Sofi when it was on the low, right? They could make 10 million. Thank goodness they picked that up. I'm not saying that they did that for sure, but coincidentally, they downgraded while they owned 58 million and now it's 68 million. I don't know. Just saying, just showing out a few things that I find a little bit odd. And you can make your own judgment, of course, what you think there. But congratulations again, folks, on this. The folks that came over here and bought this with me when I told you about it about a week and a half ago. So congratulations if you did. I think I'm going to be done, though, as far as what's going to happen with Sofi. I speculate this, okay? And I don't think I could be far off. And I said this on my last live broadcast yesterday before I went away. What I thought they would do was because back on the first when they beat earnings, their volume was much less. It was only 125 million on that day, and this was to take it down. Right? It was down like 12% in a day, and the next day they took it down. It was down another 5, and the next 5. And they eventually had it down 30%. Right, working it down 4 days in a row. But they did that. Look at the volume amount was only 125, 115 million. This time around, folks, I think they might have been part of loading up big time here on this volume and why we saw it at 210 million. Okay. Like 85 million more. because I think they have that much more in their pockets now that they might attempt to short down with for the next 2 to 3 days. Okay. And then on the third day, they'll have another downgrade come out, and then that'll be the last of it. And then after that, mysteriously, within a month and a half, the price will be $14. So can you wait that long for all that to take place? Or should you take advantage of it? And that's exactly what I think they're going to do, because I think they have a lot of shares here. And obviously, if we only had this volume today, 88 million, everybody didn't sell today, did they? That bought here between the low of 1030 and the high of 1170 yesterday. They didn't all sell today, did they? No, they didn't. Obviously, they didn't, because we didn't have 210 million shares traded today, right? Makes perfect sense. So there's still 120, 130 million, 122 million people left holding them. I think they might be, but I'm not sure if they're longs retaining them or if they're the shorts hold them in their ammo thing to keep coming at it. Because last time, as I pointed out to you folks, and you should pay attention, and I'm hoping you do, because on the first wasn't the only day. They had enough to come at it for days and days and days and days. First, the heavy one knocked it way down. Then it took a little less volume the next day to keep after it down. And then they only needed half that much volume the following day because it had already started collapsing. And then they broke the spine, right? But then where was it? Look at that. Up, 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 up. I already showed it was 17 out of 22 days up until it hit 1023. Then we got the triple downgrade. It dropped all the way down here to 771. And where was it just weeks later? Up again. 909, 921, 9, then 10, 1030, 1040, 1110 for the high. 1170 the day before. So here we saw 960 to 1170. That's a $1.10 swing. And I told you we're going to start seeing dollar swings a day. And then it's going to eventually, when we get to the real breakout, when the shorts are totally at their wits' end here and can't stop it at $14, because, folks, that's when this 1 year chart starts to come into play that I've been showing you. This will be the last thing I show everybody, and I'm going to call it a night. Hope you like this. This is the 1 year chart, and why I'm showing it to you is because I want you to see what happened back here, right? There's been many that have seen this before, but I'm going to pull it up again for people that haven't, so they can see that there was absolutely no volume on this stock when the price was running from $14 up to 22, then back to 14, then up to 23, 24 up here, 22,960. And look at the volume. There was none, folks. It's virtually not there, non-existent, especially this first run up, right? You can't even see the candlesticks there, and the thing's moving up $12, $13. Then here again, such little volume comparative to where we are now, looking over here, right? You can see that. Everybody can see that. That's why I say it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see but look here. Here's where they started coming at it the most, right here, $15. Look at the red. Look down at the bottom of the chart there. It's a massive red sea of shorting going on at this price, 15. All the way down, they shorted it to 12. Then they came at it again when it got to 10. And look at that massive sea of red right there. See it? And they ran it down because they doubled down here. So they'd gone from 15. Now their average when they went in heavy at 10, all the way down to 8, 9 shorting it. Well, that was making this price drop. Their average dropped, and they dropped to about 11. And then when it got to this, started to go up, they came heavy again, red. Look at the red in here. When the price was at 790, they're averaging down again. They're doubling down at 790, moving their 11 average down to 9. And that's why I say there's the biggest bear trap and the longest set of jaws in it. And look at the repetition and what's happening across this chart right now, folks. Pay attention. Right here would be what I consider the midway point between these this gap here where there's a cavity. That's it right there. Nope, I'm not going to change that. I'm pointing this out because if you look over here on the drop, here's one, and it was exactly mated with this one here. This drop right here, after that, it mates with this. And this is by the guy that first brought this attention to me, the mirroring, was Hurricane Lopez, Danny Deals, and Stock Karen. All right, go check him out on YouTube. I'm not with him, not associated. We're not friends. We don't never spoken other than on his. I make comments on his channel down below, and I don't know if he sends people my way or not. But I send him his way, and but I don't have an endorsement or any deal between us. No Danny deal. So, but he pointed this out, and I reiterate it because I think it's a fabulous point to take into consideration and note is that right here, this is a mirror of each other down deeper. They contrast each other because when they got up here, see right here, these two peaks, then it started to make its move up here. We would have seen that, but here was May the 1st, right there was where it would have been, but there was the big attack, May the 1st. So that would have equaled this one here. But then it gapped past that, past this one to here, didn't it? Look, see? So we're seeing a mirror of this now, retracing itself right on up. And so if we see this point, then will we see this again right here? What is it? Right about 850, maybe I don't know where it is, 830. All right. I see that pullback to 830, but then where's the next level up? Right here it is. See? 1158. Pull back a little bit to what? Watching these mirrors, 980. That's a $1.50 drop, and then up to what? 1286. And then where? All right, retracing back, 1286, 1110, and then the next level right up here, 13. All right, that's where we're going to be next because we're already at this point right here. We hit it right here. See that? 11 what? 1174. We're right in this range, equaling over here, right? Okay, so right up here is the high, a little bit of a pullback, boom, and then boom to this next level. That's my call right there, 1375 or so. That's what I'm going to say for now. I hope that you like the way everything I brought together for you. I can remove this now. And, I want to show you one other thing, I guess, before we go. I'm trying to keep it very brief if I can, but this is important to do this on the shorter term. Let's do it on the 1 month chart. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. So I want you to pay attention, if you will, when I draw these lines and look at the angle of the ascents. Okay. Here. See what I'm accenting here for you folks. What I'm doing this for is so that I can show you that we're getting more acute upward angles now. And to me, that indicates less upside resistance. And it only makes sense to me, folks, because guess what? There's so few people who hold shares for more than this amount right now, still. Okay. It seems to me there would be very, very little resistance to this run up based on that fact alone. Is that there's so few that hold for more because this is a new 52-week high we got yesterday, right? Does that make sense to you? And look at the separation of this 45 from the 50-day. Look at the angles here on the 45 and 50-day. These are the things you need to focus upon, people. These are the things you need to focus upon, what I'm showing you here. This angle here. Oh, goodness gracious, what is happening? This is one of those things. This angle here has changed so much. Gosh, no, folks. I don't want to do that at all. I just want to draw a line right next to the angle. Well, it isn't going to let me do it, but I can see the angle, and the angle is this angle right here. So I'll do it myself. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete. It's there. Now we're highlighted. Goodness gracious. Wow. And you go here and there. So this is over a long term, folks. This is since the 1st, May the 1st, right? So from May 1st all the way over to the 11th, the pitch angle was exactly the same, wasn't it? It sure has changed now, hasn't it? So that's pretty much it. You can. I'm showing you the obvious. I'm showing you the obvious here, and I hope that that makes sense to you. Everything I showed you right there. And I'm now going to get rid of these, so they won't be on my next chart. I'm just right clicking on them. And if you don't know how I got all these lines and squigglies and things that I'm doing, I'll show you here. For those that have already seen that, you can go ahead now and kind of go away if you want, because you don't want to get bored. I don't want to bore anybody. But folks, how I get all these different colored 45 and 50 days and stuff is over here. Go to indicators, then click on moving average, then change this to 10 days if you want it, and make it purple by clicking on it. Choose the color purple, and then hit save. Right? And once you do that, then you can go to the next one and you can make it whatever color you want. Click on indicators, go to moving average, click on this one to be your 50 day. I happen to have mine as gold, so I make the color gold on the 50 day and then click save. And then those two come up, all right? And you can see there, I have a purple and a gold 50. And there's my blue 45 day. See it? And my green 200 day. So looking at this looking at the further you get out on these charts, the more unbelievably awesome this chart looks to us, folks. Just look at that, folks. Please don't miss this opportunity. This thing is double bottomed right here. This is the double bottom, and now we're going on up, folks. And the double bottom was the low of 828, and then the next time they had it to 810, folks. That was it. Now we're on our upward trajectory from here. Is my call. Could be completely wrong. Don't trust me completely because I am not trustworthy as a technical analyst that is certified. I don't have a license for it. I'm not a license certified. Just if you want to believe what I'm saying, you can. I hope it makes sense to you. Hope you hit the like button. Hope you'll share this with your friends. And thank you for being here, folks. And that's going to end it for this today. I'm going to come back to this screen. I am going to click on this and thank you all for being here. And during the daytime, you'll see catfish here. So thank you for being here very, very much. And I do appreciate your presence and your everything that you do to help me get my viewership up and all the ones you're sharing with and all the likes and everything. So thanks again. And then for now, we're going to say farewell with big old King Cat. And Cat says, hey, everybody, thank you for being here, having a good time with Catfish, Tyler, and I, hanging around at the bottom of the sea. And we hope to see you back tomorrow. And until we meet again, I wish you all the happiness in the world, all the profits that you can get. I hope you have prosperity for sure. And of course, I wish you the best of health. And most of all, that you're absolutely surrounded with love. So that's it for Cat and Cat Tyler today. I'm going to be on my way out of here, and we'll see you folks tomorrow. Right on. And thank you again for being here. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for your subscription. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll know when we're back again. Bye bye. What's going on here? God, what is going on here?